Alright guys, what's up? It's a Three Dudes Review and we are back. This time it's going to be a little different. Actually a lot different than the last review that we did.
It's going to be good. No.
Wow. Hey, I'm not hating on Taylor Swift.
I'm not either. Last week was just a turd sandwich. Come on. Don't act like it wasn't.
I think that Taylor Swift's album just didn't represent me. But that's all I'm going to say. So, anyways, I'm going to have Joe here announce the album and let you guys know what we're going to do this week.
Yeah. Well, this week's album's a little bit of a change up from anything we've done. And it wasn't what we originally had planned. However, I forgot something that was needed for the album we were supposed to do this week. So we did a change on the fly, if you will. And we're doing something in the Halloween kind of vein. It is Marilyn Manson's Antichrist Superstar album from 1996. Back when this came out, this was kind of a landmark album. It was a different style, a different sound from what was it was a harder edge, grunge meets metal meets just a lot of stuff. I haven't heard this album in 20 years, so cannot remember if it's good or not. I don't know if these guys ever heard this album, so let's all brace ourselves to a journey to hell.
All right, and we're gonna get things started with the very first song on this album. It's called "Irresponsible Hate Anthem."
Ooh!
Wow!
Sounds like a good song.
Yeah, it does.
Now that's how you kick off an album.
Wow. Okay. I wasn't ready.
That's like a kick to the nuts.
Yeah.
In an interesting way. Like,
wow.
Woo!
Who wants to kick this off?
Yeah.
So, all I'm going to say is very intense. The song was very in your face. Punch you in your face. I'm just going to read just a couple lines here. I am so all-American, I sell you suicide. I am totalitarian, I've got abortion in my eyes. So, yeah, I read that, and that's all I needed to read. Okay, so, yeah, Marilyn Manson, listen, I knew he was an intense guy, but, yeah, I've never really listened to, like, his albums like that, just, like, a couple of his main hits, but this song hit me, and I don't...
It kept hitting me.
And it kept hitting me, I just wasn't ready, so, who wants to go next on this?
I'll go next. Yeah, it was pretty intense, man. I'm not sure. I couldn't really understand what he was saying, but
Something like
yeah, it sounded like he was It sounded like the cover of the album. Really, it's just a lot of shit going on. You don't really know what's going on, but it's all right. I don't know, man. It's a very striking contrast from last week.
Yep.
But I hope we can understand what he says on the next song.
Well, the next song is the song you've definitely heard. It's his main hit.
Yeah.
So
Biggest hit. Not main, the biggest hit.
Biggest hit. Yeah.
I mean, you got to follow up with something good after that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's been about 20 years since I've listened to this album. I've seen Manson live twice, so I kind of have an idea of what to expect. Yeah, the guy is famous for doing things like burning Bibles and masturbating and trying to suck his own penis on stage and stuff like that. So he's quite the... Yeah, he's an intense shock rock is the thing back then. And this was cool back in the mid to late 90s. This was the thing, the envelope pushing. Maybe there's a reason why I haven't listened to this album in 20 years. So... definitely more drums than the last album.
Definitely.
The bass line was pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I dug the bass line for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's exactly the greatest songwriter in the world. I mean, but, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, we'll keep it moving, guys. This next track is called "The Beautiful People."
Yeah!
Wow. Oh man. All right. So that was "The Beautiful People." Who wants to go first on that one?
I will.
All right.
All right, so it's all downhill from here, huh? That's
No,
the best.
no, I need to be honest, man.
That's the best track.
That's his most popular.
So we'll see, man. Nah, it's a great track. I love the drums. Finally, after last week, we got some good drums in the mix. Yeah, no, it's a dope song. I like the chants too, the chanting that they had at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good track, man.
Yeah.
This dude is freaking crazy though, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What you guys think?
Well, okay, so every time I hear the song, I think of three things. Monday Night Raw. What was the claymation fight thing on MTV?
Robot Chicken?
No.
Oh
Celebrity
my
Deathmatch.
God. Yeah.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes.
And I think about working out and playing football and stuff like that, because this was like that, like, just song that you got like super pumped and just wanted to punch somebody in the mouth to. Yeah, that was like, this was that kind of track. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 9, maybe a 10. You know, the problem with this track, sort of like with Black Hole Sun, it is a lot of radio play still to this day on the X and things like that. For me, a 10 has to be something that I hear not frequently on the radio, but when I want to hear it, I want to hear it. I will say I would play this track several times. You know, it's in my rotation of tracks that gets me, you know, fired up and stuff. So the drums, it's like the Energizer Bunny on crack. So it's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely, this is like, I could see why there's mosh pits for this. This definitely makes you want to get up, jump around, like just like headbang, like hardcore. Like this is definitely one of those songs. Every time I hear it, I'm just like, oh man, there's something to get your blood going, and it's like you got to get up and do something.
Primal.
Yeah,
Primal.
Maybe
It's drums, man.
It is. The drums are primal. Yeah. If you had these drums in that last album, it might actually be halfway okay.
We need to make a remix to that album.
I think you're right. We should have
I'll
a
start-
Manson Swift crossover.
I'll start it out and then we can go from there.
All right.
What do we got up next?
All right, so the next song is called "Dried Up, Tied, and Dead to the World."
Oh, that sounds happy.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Wow. I mean, I'll go first. I'll go first on it.
Yeah, you go first.
Yeah, the instrumental wise, yeah, it was actually pretty good. I was digging the guitars and everything. Lyrically, it scares me. So
Last week lyrically scared me.
but yeah, so I don't know, Marilyn Manson, man. He's definitely like very like he gives you the edge in everything, and I don't know, like for instance, the chorus was basically saying, "I'll be your lover, I'll be forever," which sounds fine and dandy.
Sweet.
But then it goes in, "I'll be tomorrow, I am anything when I'm high." So whoa, you know what I mean? So then it's like, wow, you know, and then he goes into saying, "All dried up and tied up forever." And then all effed up and dead to the world. So this is like, you know, where did this come from? You know, it's just, yeah. Lyrically, I'm not.
Manson though, man. He just, I don't think lyrical content was what he was concerned about. It was what could he say and do to just shock people into buying albums, like that. So for me, this track would have been. You guys familiar with 9 Inch Nails?
I've heard of you.
Okay, so this sounds like a song that Trent Reznor was like, "Yeah, I really don't want to do it. Here, Manson, have it." I mean, it does. It sounds like a 9 Inch Nails track that Trent didn't want to do, or he produced it and just was like, "Here you go, Manson." And Manson put his own lyrics in there. One thing I am really realizing right off the bat, since I haven't heard this in forever, is Manson cannot sing. He is a screamer. He's a growler. he's a metal, like, the kind of metal I don't particularly care for is the growling, like, I don't like that kind of metal. So maybe there is the reason why I haven't listened to this in 20 years. Not hating on the song, I actually love the instrumentals of it.
Yeah, I feel like you could just listen to it without the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a nice little instrumental, kind of like I kind of like that industrial sound it had to it. I like that little snare that they added in there. It's kind of a different sound. Yeah, vocals, I don't really care much for vocals, but I feel like it was very well produced. Different kind of like alternative rock sound. Like you said, the Nine Inch Nails sound. Just pretty good sound with the vocals. It's like,
Yeah, if Trent Reznor was singing on it, I think it'd be better.
Yeah. But, I mean, not a bad track overall.
Alright.
So far, it's better than the Swift album. You know, like last week we were talking about how like Taylor Swift's music was to help you relax and take a poop. This is like, I'm going to scare the shit out of you. It's a whole different style of poop right now.
It's coming out quick.
Yeah. This is like, I got some anal leakage going on and it's going into a full massive.
Oh gosh. Okay. This next track is called Tourniquet. Alright, so that was Tourniquet. Who wants to go first on this one?
I will.
Alright.
I like it, man. It's clean. It's a lot cleaner than what we were listening to. I like those clean mixes, especially those drums. The drums sound amazing. You could actually kind of hear what he was saying this time.
Mike likes his drums.
Yes.
Yes, I love that. And yeah, I really like the guitar too. The guitar and the drums, how they're mixed together, sounded really good. And his vocals, I didn't think sounded as bad as the previous track. Yeah, I'd put that one in the category of the beautiful people. It's more of a clarity mix than the other two. The other two were pretty like muddied up and distorted, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I'm kind of impressed so far the way this album's been going. I like that track a lot.
Nice. Yeah, for me, I will have to agree with Mike in the sense that you could definitely hear him more clearly in this track on a lot of the lyrics he was saying. All in all, it definitely sounds like, because a lot of stuff he does is like it's very distorted. Like he puts that on his vocals, and I don't really like that as much because it's really hard to like really actually hear what he's saying. This one was definitely more clear. Instrumental wise, I've been noticing so far in this album, I really like these like. I really love like the sound from his songs. Like it sounds like really like you can get into it, and it's got its own little like sound to it, and I really like that. And you know, it's definitely different. But like I said, lyrically though, I read the lyrics every time like a song plays, and like they're freaky. They're a little freaky to me. Like I don't literally like I just don't understand where he's coming from. I mean, I'm not a Marilyn Manson fan, but I don't have anything against him. It's just like I just don't know where he's coming from with these lyrics. They're creepy. So like, but that's the only downside that I'm hearing so far in this album so far. It's just the lyrics, but everything else I'm digging, and I like this one too.
I'm kind of in the same boat with you guys. I mean, instrumentally wise, the songs they're good. You know, they make you feel a certain way. They make you pumped up and ready to rock and roll and just The worst part about the album is Manson himself. I mean, if we're gonna be honest here, Manson, this is why his career died in the year 2000. Is because people realized he sucked. He was a one-trick pony, and it's the truth. I mean, like I said, I haven't listened to this album in 20 years. You do hear the beautiful people a lot on radio, so it gives you this sense that like, oh, this guy's good, because that's a good song. Then you get into the crux of what he does and puts out there, and there's a reason why he had like maybe 7 or 8 hits on radio throughout his career, but the rest of his albums you maybe not paid attention to, kind of like Limp Bizkit. You know, like Nookie is an awesome song. The rest of the album is garbage, but you look back at it 20 years later and you go, okay, you know, times change, taste change, ear changes. So, yeah, I'm right now very impressed with the music. the Manson part. If it was a different lead singer, I think it would be like fire. Like if you heard
Very
Chris
well.
Cornell on this, or if you heard Scott
Somebody that can
Weiland,
actually sing.
right? Like somebody who actually could sing.
Very well produced.
Right. I mean, Trent Reznor did miracles with Manson and made him sound like he was an artist.
Probably had to do a lot to get it to sound like this.
Yeah.
And it still doesn't
Well,
sound very
like,
good.
so what you're bringing up with the lyrics, like Manson's just like one of those artists who'd be like, okay, I'm gonna add the word bitch, I'm gonna add the word fetus, I'm gonna add the word semen, and that's gonna just shock people. Like it has no relevance whatsoever. It's just I'm gonna throw these words in there, you know, abortion, you know, like people are just like, oh, it was to get attention. It wasn't to actually like progress the message or song or whatever. It just shock to shock.
Yeah.
Wait for our next album to come out. It's gonna be amazing. We're just gonna shock and awe. That's the album, shock and awe.
All right, this next song is called Little Horn. Wow.
Alright.
Okay, so that was Little Horn. Do you want to go first on this, Joe?
Sure.
Okay.
You know, if anybody out there has kids and you know, like, you get that, like, 5-minute window to have sex with your girlfriend or wife or whatever because the kids are, like, somewhat half asleep in the bedroom or something and you gotta pound it out quick, that's what this song reminds me of. It's like, get in there, go hard, and then done. You know, so, yeah, it was just like a 2-minute just rupture and then pop and go. I mean, the lyrics, we were kind of looking at them. We were talking, maybe we're going to put the lyrics scrolling across the bottom for each song or something, because, again, to my point of where Manson just adds things to just shock you, this song is kind of a great example when the opening line is, I have an apple in my pussy mouth. What the hell does that mean? I didn't know pussies had mouths. Now I learned something new, and apparently apples go in them. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's better than a zucchini in my butthole, you know.
I feel like that's coming next, though.
It
That's
probably
that's
is.
coming next.
I have a gerbil in my ass! Yeah, you know, so, like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, once again, it was. I think it was even almost more kicking your face than in the first track. I mean, it was boom. Like it was 2 minutes and 44 seconds of just. I felt like my face kept getting punched, but like. Then again, I went and read the lyrics, and then I started wondering, what am I doing listening to this? Like, this isn't me. Like, this isn't who I am.
breaking your mold,
It really is. It's affected me. You know, yes, the lyrics are very just vogue. And I
Vogue?
yeah,
Vogue?
Vogue, like
Vogue.
just Vogue,
Like,
just
like Lord Vogue?
no, just like vulgar, but Vogue, like it's just, you know,
Ratchet.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a right. Yeah,
Ratchet.
I just don't understand the lyrics. It's just not me. I just, you know, I really like examine them, and I just can't get it.
I think he was on a lot of drugs when writing this, so I don't think he even understands the lyrics, to be honest with you.
Something's messed up.
Somebody couldn't come up to him and be like, hey, man, maybe you should say something else.
Maybe you should clarify what a pussy mouth and the apple means. Huh?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
One good thing I will say, though, is it was only 2 minutes and 44 seconds.
Yeah, you like it short and sweet, man.
Yes, it was definitely
But,
short
I mean,
and sweet.
would you want to listen to that for 5 minutes nonstop?
I mean, I would rather
Probably.
listen to that for 5 minutes than what we listened to last week. I mean, you know, at least this has emotion and feeling in it, whether it be, you know.
You're right.
I mean, last week was just like,
You're right. I agree with you on there, but I didn't like this song at all.
No.
It kind of hurt my ears towards at the end. They had like that feedback in there.
Yeah, the feedback was just, the feedback's good and if it's done in good ways. If you just put it in there just to make things, feedback was
Yeah, it was just not a very
like nails on a
pleasant-
chalkboard.
Yeah, this wasn't a very pleasant song to listen to.
I don't think any of these songs are meant to be pleasant to listen to.
Well,
Like,
the
I'm
one-
gonna go and relax to some Manson.
The Tourniquet one wasn't bad.
No,
I
I mean,
don't know.
no, that was a. I mean, as far as metal goes, that's, you know, yeah. Again, better than Swift so far.
Dang. Oh my God.
That album was straight up dookie last week.
I even said in my review that I wasn't feeling that one. It just didn't speak to me. I said it in the review, okay?
You didn't have your Inner Lifetime on?
No, at my lifetime wasn't on. I just, hey.
By the way, we're all going to church after this album.
We should because...
and I'm Jewish. And
I think we're all going to hell after this.
that might be too,
I don't want to.
All right. What do we got next?
We'll hold hands.
The next song is called Cryptorchid.
Cryptorchid?
Yeah, Shid. C-H-I-D.
Shid.
Shid. Yeah.
He was ahead of his time. He probably knew the cryptocurrency.
How much drugs was he on while making this?
Oh my gosh.
All of them, bro. He took everything.
Yeah.
At
He's like, listen, just stick it in my arm, put it on my nose, shove it up my ass, pour it down my throat. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Holy
So
crap.
that was Cryptorchid. And
Crypto shit is what it should be called. Holy crap. Started off promising and then it turned into just...
Oh my goodness.
That might have been the worst song, or one of the worst songs we've ever heard on this so far. Like,
It's up there, bro.
I mean, it started off like halfway decent. The first, minute and a half? 2 minutes was okay. And then, whatever the fuck the second part was, it was like the Alvin and the Chipmunks took LSD and started singing on the track.
That's probably what he was going for.
Oh, wow.
I don't understand. Once again, I mean, yeah, the lyrics horrible, but even the instrumental horrible. I didn't even like anything about this song, to be honest with you. This was a no-go for me. Yeah, I didn't understand any of the lyrics. I mean, one of the things it says, when the worm consumes the boy, it's never considered rape. What does that even mean? What does that mean? I just need to know, like, in his head, what do these things mean? Just help me understand.
I don't think he knows. I really think that this is just like I said.
How did he get like a record deal?
Well, that's the thing. Like,
Again, he's an attraction. How did Britney Spears get a record deal?
oh wow. Well, I mean, at least Britney had some bangers. Come on.
She had 2 big ones.
2 big bangers.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, listen, I love to listen to Britney Spears music on mute. I mean, so that's the same thing with Manson.
I've never played a Britney Spears song when I DJ'd.
I'm sure you play Toxic or something.
I don't think so.
Not a hit me baby one more time.
I don't think so. Nobody's even asked me.
Oh man.
Well, again, the generation your guys' age, Britney is old school now.
Yeah. No Britney slander from me.
Alright, anyway, this song is trash. Let's move on to the next one.
All right. So this
Worm Boy.
No. Worm Boy hit
No,
me
his
in
name's-
the
oh, no,
face and gave me
Deformography is what the
What is
next
it called?
Deformography.
Oh, God.
Deformography. Wow. I mean, I'll go. I did not like the song. I'm just gonna rate the songs like that. Listen, I didn't like it. Okay, listen, it was really off. Like the chorus, especially. Oh gosh, like it was hard to like listen. It was literally like my ears were like screaming. They were saying, "Stop, silence, just silence," and I couldn't give them the silence that they wanted. So yeah, definitely did not like this one. Yeah, I don't even know what it was about, but a lot of these songs, I don't even know what it's about. So, all I know is the chorus said, "Rock star, you're such a dirty, dirty rock star." So, that's
It's about deformography. You don't know what that is?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Do you know what Deformography is?
I don't.
Oh, okay. All I know is my balls are getting deformed by sitting in these pants. They're sitting there riding up my ass crack.
Why are you wearing them tight ass pants?
I don't know. I should have worn my mesh shorts.
All right. Well,
Let's do the next one.
I gotta give mine, and Mike, you gotta give
I'm
yours.
good. I agree with Brandon.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they were going for on this song. I mean, there was times where it wasn't half bad, and then there was times where it was completely bad, and the repetitiveness of the lyrics just, I don't know, like. And how long was this? This was a deep
4 minutes of song.
That was 4 minutes. That was the longest 4 minutes in the history of music. I mean,
It's too much. They were trying to do too much.
yeah. Like, I get that it's a Trent Reznor track. I mean, you can tell he produced this one. but it just, yeah. God,
Is that the worst one so far?
No, that last one was.
Yeah,
that was a shit sandwich on the last one.
So 2 bad ones in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, but hey, like I said, there's a reason maybe I haven't listened to this stuff in 20 years. Again, when you're 18, 19 years old, you think this is the coolest shit in the world, and then, when
You're a little worm boy.
yeah, my worm wants to go back in the hole. It's just, oh.
Well, speaking of worms, guys.
More songs about worms.
This next song is called Worm Boy.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so Worm Boy. What'd you guys think?
Trash.
Whoa, trash!
Like, this dude can't write a decent hook. He just repeats the same 2 lines over and over again.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that with the writing still is not. Again, when you're young, you think this is cool, cutting edge, edgy stuff, and as an adult, you listen to it going.
It's still well produced, but
The
songwriting is getting very annoying.
I'll tell you what, if this song reminds me of pop punk had balls, this would be like that kind of that like catchy bass. Like the song was catchy. The bass was the hook, the whole dun 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 dun. It got infectious in you. Like, I can bob my head to this. The singing sucked. The songwriting sucked. Again, it's like, what's those bands like Simple Plan and Newfound Glory?
Yeah.
That had that kind of sound, except if it had a ball sound, because like that pop punk shit had no oomph to it. It was just like.
But it was catchy, though.
Exactly. It was meant for girls, and frat guys ended up listening to it too. So, but this had that kind of feel to it, that like catchiness, except for that about 30-second part in the middle. With,
what was that?
That, my heroin kicked in. Exactly what happened.
Yeah, I thought it was well produced too, but yeah, lyrically it was very repetitive. He said the same thing so many times. Like the chorus was just, oh my gosh, I was ready for it to end. I'm like, can we say some new stuff? But then again, at the same time, you don't want him to say new stuff because it's gonna be creepy. So like,
yeah, you're torn. It's like, okay, he's not saying something still crazy, but.
Said it 35 times.
Yeah.
You were just waiting for something like fetus.
Yeah. I thought something else was gonna pop up.
I'll be aborted alien.
Stick your finger in my mouth.
Yeah.
My asshole while you play with my apple.
Yeah. But I'm happy that musically, like, you can hear what he was saying. Like, it wasn't very distorted. You can hear the lyrics pretty clear, but
he said 3 things.
But he only said 3. Yeah, you're right. All right, he said 3 things. And that's how I feel about the song.
Next song.
So then,
this is kind of like the Taylor Swift album.
it's
like the same
It's
thing.
the other spectrum.
Exactly.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
wow. Okay. So this next one is called Mr. Superstar.
Ooh.
Wow!
Is it over?
Wow, it's over. My gosh, it's over. Okay. So, that one was Mr. Superstar. Who wants to go first on that one?
That was like a audio enema.
Yes, it was.
Here's the thing about this. Okay, so
Not even done yet.
I know why this album was considered groundbreaking for its time, because it was kind of like one of the first albums to kind of hybrid the grunge sound and what would become nu metal. It was kind of like that.
That's the word I was looking for. Nu metal.
Yeah, it's kind of that first album that kind of teetered on both. So at the time it was very edgy and groundbreaking. But again, listening back to it and listening to what we know now about nu metal, yeah. There were parts of this song that were halfway decent, and there were parts that were just god-awful. And it was super repetitive, again. So, yeah.
Yeah. To me, I thought like the verse musically was kind of cool. Like I like the drum beat and the guitar, But then when the chorus kicked in, it just became such a mess. It just, like, you just hear it and you're like, you just want to cover your ears. Like, I'm sorry. And then at the very end, it just became so repetitive. Like, I don't know if that was like a thing, like that. Like, the more things you can repeat, like the cooler it is. Like, I don't know.
That was new metal. Like, if you go back and you listen to albums from Limp Bizkit and Korn and Saliva and bands that were very popular at that time, and you listen to it now, the choruses and the hooks were, like, listen to Nookie. Listen to Break Stuff. Those songs are not good, but at that time, they were great. Like, Break Stuff is just awful. Mm-hmm. It's one of them days when I wake up, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. When you were 16, 17, that was the shit. 38, you're like, that's shit. And this is what this is. This is sad to me, this album. Because I remember this album, I remember Manson being this cool, like, edgy, like, oh yeah, Manson, such a deep, profound artist, such a risk taker, and then I'm listening to it now going, yeah, just a drugged out sadist wannabe who wanted to shock people to get attention because he couldn't sing.
Jeez. Took the words right out of my mouth, man. Wow. What do we got next?
This next one is called Angel with the Scabbed Wings. Wow.
Before you guys give your review,
can we say something nice about... Let's all say something nice about it.
Wait. Before you give your review, wait.
All these songs are knockoffs.
This is... I don't know if you can hear this, but this is Thunder Kiss 65 by White Zombie, which was made in 92. It's the same frickin' song.
With somebody that could actually sound good.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's say one good thing about it, though. I like the tambourine.
No.
I like the Thunder Kiss 65 ripoff.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the drums. There we go. I like the drums. There we go.
If I'd never heard that song by White Zombie before, I would say it's a good song.
A lot of the songs are like that, though. It's like you could hear another song.
You can hear an influence
like
or something.
Else.
Right. The repetitiveness, though. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's very repetitive.
I mean, this is as bad as the mumble rap today.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, this is the mumble
rap of metal rock or whatever. New metal,
yeah.
Yeah, instead of hearing Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, you hear Scabbed the Sword, Scabbed the Sword.
It's the equivalent.
I have nothing really that great to say about this song.
You know, I have to apologize to you two because I was an hour and a half late and I had to pick this album. So
it's all good, man. We're almost done.
Yeah.
It's still better than Taylor Swift, though.
Wow. Oh, okay.
It's just a different kind of bad.
Yeah.
At least it keeps you up.
Right.
Yeah.
At least I don't feel like I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Right. All right. This next song coming up is called Kinderfeld.
Kennerfeld?
Kinderfeld. F-E-L-D. We'll see what it's about.
You know,
okay.
You almost need to take like a Xanax after each one of these pills because
Like
it's
a Percocet or something.
Yeah.
I got a headache.
Yeah. So that was Kinderfeld. I'll kick it off. Yeah, it was once again another song that was very repetitive. Very repetitive. Especially at the end. It's just like, dude, how many times are you going to say this? Yeah, it was... To me, it was very, like, experimental, too. Like, there's a lot of different sounds that weren't, like, instrument sounds in this song. And it was very, very experimental to me. But, yeah, once again, I mean, the lyrics, I just don't get it. I mean, I read it, just for you guys. Toys all smell like children. The scab knees will obey. I'll kneel on a broomstick just to make it go away. Like, what does that mean? Can anyone explain? I just want the audience to explain what that means to me. Like, can someone comment underneath this video and let me know what that means?
That's that, what's it called? Atheism shit. That's probably one of their Bible verses, bro.
I don't know, man.
There's probably something in there.
I don't even know if he's a real atheist or the Satanist.
Whatever it is.
I think
Maybe he's in the Illuminati, bro. We don't know it.
It's just very.
You never know.
It's very strange to me. But that's all I have.
Maybe
The song's
he's
weird.
speaking in a sort of a coded language.
maybe broomsticks are the thing, man. You know what's messed up is Brian Warner, the guy who Marilyn Manson, his real name. When you hear him actually talk and like articulate points of view and things of that nature, whether they be about censorship or political stuff, he's actually a really, really intelligent guy. Like, he doesn't sound like the train wreck you hear on these albums. So it's all, I've always said this about Manson. I don't think he puts stock into the lyrics. I think he says stuff just to shock and awe. I think it's a lot like Howard Stern, where it's, what can I do to grab somebody's attention? I'm going to put this on a track, and it's going to make people question. Like, Scabbed Wings smells like children's toys, kneeling on a broomstick, means absolutely fucking nothing. But when you dress like that, you look like that, and then the way you pronunciate it or say it over a track, then all of a sudden you got the parents go, but if you just took those lyrics and just put them on like a piece of paper and gave them to a normal person, they'd be like, are you having a stroke? I really do believe that it's just the presentation is more what Marilyn Manson was about more than anything. It wasn't about quality of music. Clearly, the more I'm listening to this and the longer it's been since I've actually been into that kind of stuff, it was all about the show.
Yeah, this wouldn't be bad if we were live.
Live, he's
quite pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
look at this fucking clown on the stage, man. Like, what the hell, trying to suck his own dick and shit?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, live, he is. It's captivating. It's a show. It's sort of like Alice Cooper, with the beheadings and the fake bloods and
yeah.
Yeah, it's a show. A disturbing show, but it's a show.
Yeah.
It's a freak show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All
right.
Next up.
So this next one is called Antichrist Superstar. Okay, so that was Antichrist Superstar. So who wants to go on this one?
I like the beginning.
Yeah?
The beginning was promising, and then once again, here we are once again, man.
It's like they know like 3 notes. Like, honestly, they don't, I don't know, man. I just remember this stuff being a lot better. Like, seriously, I it's not a bad song, it's just, it's the same song over and over and over at this point. The lyrics are goofy as hell, the vocals suck, the repetitiveness is just droning to the point where you're almost like, dear God, let this music end. Your ears hurt after the tracks. So it's a hard song as a metal song. Love that. Do something other than just da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. That was 4.5 minutes of da-na-na-na, da-na. 3 notes. 3 notes for 4 minutes. Yeah.
I'll say this about it. Yeah, this is not an album if you plan on like hearing some really cool riffs and some really cool guitar solos. This one ain't it. This album is not that kind of album. To me, it's kind of bare on a lot of stuff that I feel like some of these songs or the potential that these songs have. They don't really, to me, like, I could hear so much it could be better in it, and it just the expectation just never fully lets out in these songs. But yeah, this song, for the staple of the album, Antichrist Superstar, it was definitely like, you felt like you were like, going to hell. You know, this is definitely some intense. But I mean, lyrically, it didn't. Obviously his lyrics are crazy, but I looked through the lyrics. He didn't say anything too crazy in this one. But I mean, it just, a lot of it was still repetitive. Like every single song, I keep saying it, but it's true. Every single song is like repetitive to me, and I don't know why they chose to go down this repetitive route.
Aside from like 2, maybe 3 songs, this is very generic.
Yeah.
Like, I hate saying that because this was my era of like the cool, you know, and this is pretty generic and paint by numbers music. I mean, it is. I mean, if you're gonna do Metal 101, you know, here's your power chords, and this is what you do. I mean, maybe this is what has killed rock and roll. Is this? Well, I mean, face it, there's a whole generation that this was the first stuff they were really listening to.
Yeah,
that, you know, we're getting into rock and metal, and this was what they heard. This is not Judas Priest. This is not Iron Maiden. This is not Ozzy, Metallica. This is, you know, that there's generations raised on this and Korn and Limp Bizkit, and that's why music sucks now. Is because maybe we didn't offer them good enough stuff to grow up on.
Oh.
I mean, I'm feeling bad.
I hate to hear
I agree, man. I feel like it's, if you grew up listening to this, then yeah, it makes sense. Where we're at today.
I mean, seriously, rock nowadays, if you listen to what most of the rock is today, like Nickelback was the biggest band in the world for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Nickelback 20 years ago, 25 years ago, well, I shouldn't say 20 years ago because they were 20 years ago. Let's say Nickelback in the early 90s wouldn't even make a dent in music.
Wow.
They wouldn't. I mean, you had Pearl Jam and Nirvana and Soundgarden and Alice in Chains. Oh, there's Nickelback.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so this next one is called 1996, which is the year this album came out. Alright, well that was 1996.
Are you sure?
I
mean, he said Antichrist Superstar in this one 20 times, and it was like, wasn't that the last one?
Yeah, I honestly, when I first started hearing him say that, I thought it was the last song, but it was not. It's 1996. So yeah, there was a lot of anti-everything, a bunch of anti-stuff. I don't understand how you could be anti of some of these things. So for instance, he is anti-choice, anti-girl, anti-flag, anti-white, anti-man, and anti-future plan. So I don't. How are you? Okay.
Anti-everything.
Yeah, he's pretty much anti-everything here.
Again, it's more of that, like, how come it's shocking?
So yeah, and yeah. I mean, one thing, yeah, he did have a shock one on this. As I was reading the lyrics, he says he's anti-gay and anti-dope, and he is. I'm gonna say F word, anti-pope. Okay, so I don't. I mean, I guess back in the day, if you heard that, like, whoa, like that's kind of. Jeez,
Yeah.
that's a little disturbing. Like, whoa. So I guess, I mean, for a shock factor, yeah, but this song was horrible, man. Like, this was another one of them songs, especially towards the end. It not only was it repetitive, it just, like, it just too many things happening where I just wanted to, like, hold my ears. Like, I'm all about, like, metal and, like, clean, like, you know, just, like, something with a good rhythm and just clean. But this is just like all over the place, and there's so many like layers of guitars and things going on in the background where I just can't like.
It becomes noise.
It just becomes noise. Exactly, that's a good way of putting it. But other than that, yeah, it sounded like it should have been the last song, the Antichrist Superstar.
I wish it would have been the last one. Wait, what?
Yeah, that's all I got, guys. Who wants to go?
I don't know, man. It's I feel like he kind of. I thought what he was trying to say was like, he's trying to like say like what the church was like anti-gay. So he was trying to like go against the church, but like, yo, no, I'm anti-Christ. Is that what he was trying to say?
It could be. I mean, that's a Manson kind of thing to do.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that song is probably like the one that kind of, I guess you could say, was a better written one. You know? Maybe he was trying
Not
to.
saying much, but
Yeah.
That's what I got from it, anyways. Like he's saying all these things like anti-Christ, like anti-abortion or whatever. Like, fuck y'all, I'm anti-Christ.
No, I get that. That's a Manson thing to do. Right?
Other than that, yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't really like it.
I mean, it sounded better musically than the last couple, but then the endings. One thing I have to say throughout this whole entire album, except for maybe 2 tracks, the way he ends songs is, it's like taking a shit into a can and shoving it in your ear. It's a big giant shit can of sound hitting your ear, and it's awful. You can end songs a million different ways, but the distortion, the pitch, the squeals, the smashing of things is just not pleasant. Like the last track, if you want to go out like that, that's cool. You know, but every track, come on, man. Yeah. Again, my heart's just breaking a little bit each song as we go into it.
My ears are breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
Like I said, this is like an audio enema.
Okay, we're moving into this next one. The next song is called Minute of Decay.
Oh, God.
All right.
Wait, before we review it,
I have heard this before, actually.
yeah, we just heard it now, too.
Same type of drums.
Same little piano.
Sounds way better when she sings.
Yeah, that's what I said. It needs some sultry vocals.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Another knockoff.
Oh, man.
Trying to get
I feel like they were just chasing trends this whole album.
Either that or trying to copy stuff that was good and then turned it into shit. Like, this song had really good potential.
It did.
And then the chorus came in and it was just like...
Yeah, that had that bounce that it had to it.
Yeah. I mean, if they
Amazing.
would have stuck with that the whole track and maybe a
That
couple...
bass line.
Right, a couple little different things. But man, he turned that into... like,
He's probably in the suit like, nope, sounds too good, guys.
right. Like, let's fuck it up. Turn the volume all the way up and I'll scream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Wow. I really had higher hopes for this, because I did. I used to really dig this stuff, and then, yeah.
Well, this... Do you have anything to say about this one?
I like the bounce too.
Alright.
I like the Portishead knockoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beginning came off great, and then I was like, oh yeah, and then I somehow knew in my head this was not gonna last.
Next song.
Alright, yeah, we can hit the next song. Alright, the next one is called The Reflecting God.
Oh, joy.
Wow, alright. So that was
bad.
The
That wasn't
Reflecting
that
God,
bad.
yeah. I felt like there was definitely more movements in this song, where it wasn't just like a chorus that just went on forever. Yeah, no, it definitely had some headbanging parts. I liked it. It was different, and it made you kind of want to get up and like get into it, instead of just a bunch of noise that's like, gosh, I can't stand it. So when it comes to that, I liked it. Yeah, I mean, reading the lyrics are really weird, like they mostly are. Yeah, other than that, I
Give us a little example of those lyrics.
Sure.
What was your favorite lyric?
Sure. Well, your world is an ashtray. Okay. All right. We burn and coil like cigarettes. The more you cry, your ashes turn to mud. It's the nature of the leeches, the virgins.
Okay, you just had me everything up until the leak version thing. I don't understand how that goes, but it was kind of... If Bob Dylan didn't have as much talent, that would be kind of good.
Jesus.
I like this song a lot, actually. I forgot the name of the song, and as soon as it kicked in, I was like, oh, I know this. I love this song. And I like the song a lot, actually. When this song is live, it is phenomenal. Yeah, no, I dig this song. That wasn't the last song.
Yep, one last song.
Yeah. Mike, what was your feeling on this
I
one?
like it. I feel like that's his lane, bro. That's Marilyn Manson's lane right there.
Right.
And he should have stuck with it throughout this whole album. It would have been a decent album.
Yeah.
But
no.
they tried to do too much. But
Right.
yeah, that's a good song. I feel like that's where the scream, the kind of like screechy voice
Right.
fit perfect with that track.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just kind of sad. It's at the end there. You know, a lot of people would have given up by now, but
Yeah.
That's why we are trained professionals.
Yes.
We stick it through.
we stick through
We
it.
do.
Exactly.
We do. We do.
All right.
All right,
It's still
so
better than T-Swizzle.
okay. So this next song is called "Man That You Fear."
I
Wow.
thought they were saying many of your dishes will get destroyed. I'm like, what? Why is my dishes being destroyed? I like my dishes. They're plastic. They're hard to
For your
destroy.
dishes, man.
Oh my gosh. What did we just listen to?
That would be called audio diarrhea.
You know that thing where you type it in on your computer and then it talks to you?
Speak and spell.
That's what the first technology. That's what that was. When it first came out.
Speak and spell.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
That sounded like shit. Like, let's just put that what it was. Like, they tried to be Pink Floyd and the Beatles, and they failed miserably. Like, God, why couldn't they end it with the last track?
Yeah.
Well, that might have been a bonus track. That might have been the deluxe.
What was the
edition.
bonus? I mean, like, I would rather had you two sit on each side of me and fart in my ear for 6 minutes and listen to that. That was awful.
Alright.
Wow.
So conclusions here. Who
Yeah.
wants to go?
Aren't you reviewing that song?
I don't really have much to say, but you know, someone else does.
I don't like it.
No.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, that song. I don't know if that was the worst one on the album. To be honest with you.
No, not the worst one.
Well, it was up there.
It was up there, but it wasn't the worst.
Alright, so what were the three best?
Three best are Beautiful People,
For sure.
Tourniquet, and the God, yeah, was it person?
Yeah. I like Little Horn too. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the perfect example of what four really, really good songs and one phenomenal song we do to celebrate. Because everything else on this was at best mediocre to shit. And four really good songs. And like I said, the one, Beautiful People, is one of the greatest rock songs ever made. I mean, it's in top 50, if not top 25. But the rest of this, I'm very sad that 20 years ago I thought this was great. Or at least really cool and cutting edge.
No, I did push the envelope. I will give it that. They weren't afraid. They definitely weren't afraid to try something different.
No,
You know,
no.
Yeah.
And back in '96, this was groundbreaking.
There was a lot of stuff in there that you could hear
Right.
today. You know.
But does it hold up now? No, unfortunately.
No deal.
But, yeah.
So in conclusion, how many couches we gonna give it?
I'm gonna let you two go on this first because I gotta think because I'm torn.
In conclusion, 3 good tracks on the album for me. I like the experimentalness. I do not like the sound of that dude's voice. It makes me nauseous. Maybe it wasn't mixed properly. I don't know.
No.
I think it was almost overproduced at times. Like
They're
there
trying
was
to compensate.
right, like they know he sucked as a vocalist, so they were like trying to put too much into it.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna give it out of 10 couches. I'm gonna have to go 4 couches.
4 couch.
Solid 4 couch.
4 of them things. Okay.
You gave Swift a 4 couch though last week, and you gave it a 3.
Yeah, I think 4 is like a good number for a lot of these
Alright.
very bad albums.
Yeah. If I gotta rate couches too, then that's cool. overall, there was like 4 songs that I was cool with. I mean, I like instrumentally wise. None of the songs I like lyrically wise. I'm gonna just keep it real with you guys. I like not one song.
Beautiful People?
Beautiful People was good, but it wasn't like, oh man, that was like as deep. You know what I mean?
That song
like,
actually is deep.
So
If you don't know what it's about, when he was at a Hollywood party, he was looking at all the phony, pretentious people who were just fake idols and just the fakeness of Hollywood, and that's what he wrote the song about. That's what it's about, like the pretentiousness and fakeness of the people who he was at that time around, and just
Okay.
So there is actual depth to the song.
Okay, well maybe I just didn't like understand where he was coming from with the lyrics. Right. So now that you explain that, that's that's better for me.
Like these people were put on pedestals to be fake icons and gods, and they all worship the Hollywood star, and that's what he was kind of going with it. That's that much I do know, because he had said something about it in an interview years ago.
Okay. Well, yeah, other than that track then, lyrically I wasn't feeling it. But, if I got to rate this with the couches,
I just got where the couches are coming from. We're sitting on them. Yeah. I'm stupid.
4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 on this
4 out
one.
of 10 couches. So there'll be like 2 love seats, right?
Yeah.
The big
No, that'd be like
recliner. I don't know.
A love seat would be like half a couch, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what a love seat is.
So you could do that'd be.
I didn't get my review yet.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just breaking it down. So it could be 8 love seats.
What? Maybe you're taking a little bit of that Manson juice. Boy, I'm torn, because if this is the 16, 17-year-old me listening to this, I'd probably give it like a 7 or an 8. I'd be like, oh, this is really cool. This is really powerful. This is some heavy stuff, man. The 38-year-old me listening to it is going, what the fuck were you thinking at 17 years old, man? I'm not going to give it a 4, but I'm going to give it a 5. It's better than the Taylor Swift crap. It had at least emotion and power, and just, it might not always been good, but, I mean, it's better. Is it better than the, what was the kid's name that we did the first one? Logic?
Logic.
Is it better than Logic, or is it a different kind of better? Because, I mean, Beautiful People alone is better than the whole Logic album.
Yeah, that song is amazing,
and so is with the God, so... Oh, crap.
We can't take it back now.
We can't take the Logic back now, but like to say it's lower than Logic is even kind of like, it's not as good as Soundgarden. It's not as good as the Nas and Damian Marley. I'm gonna go with a 5, just because we didn't know what we were doing with Logic at that time.
5 couches.
5 couches.
All right.
So what would that bring our total to here? A 4.5 on the couch scale.
I give it 4.5.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 4s and a 5. I guess that would be 4.5.
4.5. Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't we give Taylor Swift last week a 4.5?
Yeah, something like that.
So this was like a shit sandwich.
I don't even think you rated it, did you?
I gave it a 3.
No, it was a rough 4 then. It was a 4. It was a 4.
It was a 4?
Yeah, I think, this was a 4.
Yeah. So this was a half a point better than Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I can't do that, man. Just the Beautiful People alone should give this at least a 5. I don't know.
It is tough. I forgot about it because it was so long ago.
Yeah.
That was 2 hours ago, man.
Yeah. This album drained us, and not in a good way. Well, folks, you let us know what you think, because we're obviously mixed about it. And next week we're gonna do Halloween songs. We're gonna do the top 10 Halloween songs. We're all three gonna put together a list of songs and then narrow it down to what Halloween songs we think are the top 10 Halloween songs out there, and we're gonna just have fun with it. Maybe we'll do a spooky mask or something.
Yeah, I'm dressing up.
Yeah.
All right.
We all better be
We
dressed
will
up.
definitely be dressed up next week.
Nice.
You got to see what though, but
Yeah.
you know, as always, like and subscribe.
Definitely.
Yep. And BA, take us home.
All right, guys. You already know what to do. Just like Joe said, like, subscribe. Definitely want to know your opinions on this review because it was out there for sure. But yeah, really excited to hear from you guys, and thanks for all the support so far. It seems like a lot of you guys have been tuning in to these episodes of Three Dudes Review, so want to appreciate all the fans out there, the people that like this. We do it for you guys. So
And we do it for money. So Bud Light, if you'd like to sponsor us, please message me at 3dudesreview.com and we'll take your money. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow, what a way to get a sponsor. Anyways, yeah, I mean, hey, you know, we don't have any kind of like Patreon or anything set up, but you know, maybe down the road, if we keep having awesome fans like you guys, we'll set something up and there'll be a way to donate to us if you guys would like to. And, you know, maybe later down the road, get some sponsors. We'll check it out.
And if we get over 150 views on this video, I'm going to shave my head.
Wow. Okay,
Actually,
well.
we'll shave his head.
My head?
Why not? We can shave yours.
You got the most hair. You got the most
Yeah,
hair.
You got the most
You
hair.
do
My
have the most
hair is
hair.
not going on the line.
You got the LeBron James haircut going on right now, BA.
Hey,
I mean, without the horseshoe in the back. I'm sorry, LeBron. You're a great ball player, but you need to shave that. You're looking like a monk.
Trying to save it, man.
Save what? He had a bald spot bigger than mine in the
He brought
back.
his hairline back, though.
What hairline? You look like a halo on his head.
It came back, though. He was using that one thing that,
Male regenerating
just for men.
just for men.
Just for that.
Yeah, well.
Bosley.
Dunking on LeBron right now.
Let's get out of this video.
Yeah, all right. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.
It's like if you brought home a one night stand and you found out she had a penis.
Ooh.
Like you're like
She looked real good.
yeah, like the chick was looking damn good, and then all of a sudden here comes the penis, and you're like, oh great, crying again.
Man.
You know, because it's like that's the shock that you feel with the chorus here.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like-
When do you find out she has a penis, though? Would you be after you kissed her? Would you be like kissing her?
I mean, that would be the whole day of it. It's
Yeah.
like you're all ready
You're
to go, and
you're
you're like,
already
you cut
ready
the
to
pants
go,
off, and you go,
bro.
what the fuck is that? And then you were like, BA, one's for you, man. Mike, you want to tap that? Come on. Like, no offense to the
Are you allowed to
transgender-
beat somebody up after that?
That one, I don't know.
I feel like they should be honest and truthful with you.
I
You
do
know what
agree.
mean?
There
Like,
should be an honesty
hey,
factor.
you know, like, yeah, there really
Yeah.
should be.
Like,
There
I mean,
really
I'm
should
not
be.
gonna lie. I have seen some transgenders who look phenomenal and have some better tits than most women. But at the end of the day, I am not into the penis. So there you go.
Yeah.
And that's what this song was kind of like. You know, it's like really nice looking package, but there's certain parts I'm not into that are the penis of the song.
Good analogy.
Wow. Yeah.
You're good at that.
Yeah.
I try.
Dang.
We're gonna get so many letters right now saying, "You guys are sexist. You guys are
Transphobic.
transphobia."
Yeah.
Listen, if you
I'm
ever
definitely
meet
not.
me in real life, you're gonna know that I'm the kind of guy who I don't give a shit what you are. As long as you're a good person, you can be anything you want to be. I mean, so that's the way I look at it. So I mean, we're just, for lack of better terms, using the analogy of that right now.
Yeah.
We're shocking it on like Manson, so deal with it.
We're trying to get our views up.
Yeah. Mike said he's gonna dance with his tail or
Oh.
his thing between his legs and say, "I'm a pretty man."
If I would have been prepared for this.
Puts the lotion in the basket.
I didn't bring my oil.
Oh.
We have a shaving kit.
And BA doesn't have his lotion out anymore.
Yeah.
We're gonna give
went
BA
away.
$1 to shave his nuts.
No,
So,
$1.
$1.
Nah, that's all right.
He's like, I do that for free. That's why I got the kit made. He's like, listen, when I get them ladies over here, I got my maid kit and my lotion in the back.
I don't under. Okay. All
You
right.
better leave every single word of this in. Do not edit this.